What are you plans for tonight? You're going to check out the Cardinals' next opponent?
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at the Lions tonight, right, against the Seahawks, and see how the Lions play, see what they're doing good and bad, and then listen. No more Ndamukong Suh with the Lions.
That's right.
Don't have to worry about him.
No, that's nice.
Not going to stomp on
I don't
anybody's
even
head.
like to watch him play. I think after a quarter point in the season, which will be at after the Lions and Seattle play tonight, you can make some rash assessments.
Yes.
I'm interested to see how Seattle plays tonight because St. Louis impressed me. They're 2-0 in the division. If Seattle isn't impressive tonight, you could say the Rams are the second best team, or
there's no question,
or the best team in the NFC West.
No.
Right? I'm going to still say the Cardinals are there with their talent, but I think the Rams could suppress Seattle if Seattle doesn't look that good tonight.
Well, and Seattle is playing allegedly without Marshawn Lynch tonight. He's not going to play, so that'll be different because now the pressure's on Russell Wilson. He doesn't have Marshawn Lynch to take that pressure off like Nick Foles had Todd Gurley yesterday. So
it's huge.
It is huge.
Marshawn Lynch is huge.
It is huge. It's
I don't even know who
big
their backup running back is.
No, can you name it?
I don't even know who it is.
No.
Did you see Marshawn Lynch's commercial that started running? I think it was for Pepsi. Did you see that yesterday?
Yeah.
Was it Kristen Bell or he had like a blonde? I couldn't tell. I saw it from a distance, but
it.
someone was doing all the talking for him and he was just moving his lips. It was pretty funny. And then I think he said a couple words at the very end. He's cashing in on the fact he doesn't talk to the media.
He is cashing.
All right, Craig, before we let you go,
thanks, guys.
Hey, this is a special Monday. We get to get Craig's pick.
Oh, my God.
All right, score prediction.
By the way, I won 2 weeks ago.
Did you? How'd you guys do this last week?
Well, I didn't do very well, but I won 2 weeks ago.
I think all three of you guys said they were going to kill the Rams.
No, they said it was going to be close. I take the fall here. I said it was going to be a blowout. I thought if they just held on to the football, they would steamroll them.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe they would have. They didn't hold on to the football. Craig, who you got?
I got Cardinals over the Lions next week. The Lions are terrible, so I'm not going to give them anything. They're minus 27-point differential. They're 0-3 going into tonight's game. I got the Cardinals all the way. I'll go 21-7. Let's go 28-7.
Okay. 28-7.
28-7 Cardinals
over the Lions.
That to me is an easy pick.
You're going to have to come back next Monday to see if
I got to come back.
Especially if you're right.
You know what we need to do? We need to call our sister station in Detroit and get their pick too because they'll be impartial.
Yeah.
Those guys at ABC up there in Detroit.
Yep.
So see what they have to say.
Craig, so great.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you guys.
We'll
see you. We'll see you down there.
Glad to see you up and around, buddy.
We're moving.
We're
moving. Getting back soon.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your pumpkin porter.
I will.
All right. Hey, Shane, our Twitter expert. What do we got going on right now?
Well, here's our big Facebook question of the day. We had over 100 responses to our Facebook question, so thank you very much.
Wow.
Our question was, and I was really hoping it was going to be about the win, but the question was, describe the Cardinals' loss, or why the Cardinals lost in 3 words. We got some really good responses, and actually, surprisingly, most of them did not include foul language, so we appreciate that.
Good, because you did a little warning, didn't you?
Yeah.
Please, watch your mouth.
Okay, so we'll start with some of the officiating, comments on the officiating. Annette Lester, 3 words, the refs sucked. Richard Lawrence.
Not surprising.
Richard Lawrence, 5 missed calls. Okay, so those are some blaming on the refs there, and I think the refs do deserve a little bit of blame for not calling a very, very good game yesterday. Okay, turnovers. Keith Bolanis says, his 3 words, turnovers, turnovers, turnovers.
I would have to agree with you, Keith.
Which is appropriate because they had 3 turnovers, right?
That's right.
And then Jan McCloskey Clark, the first fumble.
David
Johnson's kickoff return set the tone for the game right there.
Well, you know what? On that note, it's pretty funny because the last 2 weeks in a row, they had the immediate momentum on the Cardinals sideline. Yeah. This was the first week where it was immediately on the opponents.
Yep, Cardinals learned yesterday that it's not just going to be a fairy tale,
not a
magic carpet ride through the season. You have to earn every single week in the NFL. You absolutely do.
And sometimes
they are going to be so focused next week, though.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They will be so locked in, hitting the road, knowing that they're in sort of hostile territory. I'm really looking forward to see how they respond yesterday, and I think they're going to bounce back rather impressively.
On that note, though, did you see them at all unfocused this week? Unprepared?
No, but I think it did get into their head, the fact that they were playing from behind early and they weren't able to just move the ball at will.
Yeah,
and the other thing that shocked them was the fact that the Rams, after the turnovers, I was expecting field goals from the Rams. I wasn't expecting them to get in the end zone. And I certainly wasn't expecting to have a rookie running back run all over the Cardinals defense.
Yep.
So some of those things, I think, man, this wasn't in the game plan. We weren't prepared for this. Where's this coming from? I didn't see this in film.
Yeah.
And again, these guys are human. And the Rams
Rookies
wanted
make
it.
mistakes.
They really wanted it yesterday. You could just tell. I thought in the second half, will they be able to keep up this pace? right? Well, they get the same breaks, and they
reality's going
change.
Reality's going to set in eventually, and just never did. Along kind of those lines, Tom, 3 words from Jeff Tailman: turnovers, play calling, physicality. That sums it up pretty well.
Yeah.
But I wonder what he means by the play calling, like specifically. Is he talking about
talking about some maybe passing the ball toward the end of the game instead of running?
Because the running game was working yesterday. 5 yards of carry.
The second half it was.
You can't sneeze at that.
Wendy Farrow Martinez, 3 words. Palmer blew it. Woo. It's kind of harsh. But
going right at him.
A couple more here. Ed Casper read press clippings. I kind of doubt that.
I highly doubt Bruce Arians would allow
that.
But
you never know.
I didn't hear that comment.
Press clippings.
Press clippings, like the hype.
You know, Bruce Arians actually did comment on that after the game. He said
nothing to do with
overconfidence.
About overconfidence at all.
Yeah. And then the last one here, because this is obviously a longtime Cardinals fan like I am, from Josh Taylor. They're the Cardinals.
Okay, more harsh 3 words.
See, actually, there is an acronym around here, Jason. SOC, same old cards.
You know what? You may have to unfollow it, whoever had that comment.
Yeah, I think that's actually worse than cursing, but whatever. All right, let's start with our look ahead to Week 5. We talked a little bit about the Lions. What are we looking to see tonight as they take on the Seattle Seahawks?
I'm looking to see the Lions play a lot better than they have in the first 3 games. Show a little pride. You know. I think Jim Caldwell has to be embarrassed by the way they played the first 3 weeks of the season. They can't be as bad as they've seen. And, without Marshawn Lynch, the Seahawks are missing one of their number 1 weapons. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think Detroit's going to hang with them.
I think they're going to show they're a lot better than an 0-3 team, like we mentioned, and they're going to show it tonight.
It's a brutal schedule, yeah. We don't have the benefit when making just picks of seeing how the Lions are going to look tonight or whether there's going to be any injuries in there. But, I agree. The Lions are, on the one hand, the Lions are better than 0-3. On the other hand, good teams find ways to win close games. Bad teams typically find ways to lose them. So I think the Lions will be a tough test. I think the Cardinals will bounce back, but I don't think that necessarily means that they're talented enough to run roughshod over the Lions in Detroit. I would probably pick the. Are we getting to our score predictions now?
Yeah.
If the Cardinals turn the ball over next week, they'll be in trouble just like they were yesterday.
Yeah.
So the same rules apply. They have to protect the football. And they have to protect Carson Palmer.
And the Cardinals have not faced a lot of elite receivers this year. The next 2 weeks, you got Calvin Johnson for the Lions.
I think he's going to have a big day.
And Antonio Brown for the Steelers.
I do. Arizona has won the last 5 meetings with Detroit. Again, I think Calvin will have a solid day. I think the Cards' offense will return. I think they're going to light up the Detroit secondary. First of all, who won the? I guess who would we say won the picks?
You did, because you picked you picked the closest final score. So.
We all got a.
Did you know that when you asked?
Yeah, I did. I set myself up there.
Yeah, you actually asked me this morning.
So we're all first 3 weeks, I believe.
We've each won 1
even.
week.
Yeah.
But did you really win, Jason?
Not really.
Did you really win?
No, I kind of creaked in with that. All right, let's go score predictions. I guess I'll go first as the defending victor.
If you want to.
The reigning champion.
That's right. We'll go 30-21 Arizona over Detroit in Week 5.
All right. My turn?
Yeah.
All right. I got the Cardinals winning. I'm leaning toward whether it's going to be a shootout or it's going to be a tough defensive battle. I'm leaning more toward a shootout.
Yeah.
I think I think the Lions can move the ball on the Cardinals pretty well, especially through the air. I'm going to say the score 34-31 keeps popping in my head, so let's go Cardinals 34, Lions 31.
34-31, you said?
Yeah.
Wow. So you went with the shootout.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the idea that the Cardinals are going to be in the 30s again. I think they're going to get it on track. And I like 30. I like 34 as the number. 34 for the Cardinals. 34-13 is what I'm going with next week. Cardinals over Detroit.
We're all picking the Cardinals.
You like picking those blowouts,
I do.
don't you?
So we're all potentially going to go 0 for 2 here.
That's right. Anything else from Bruce Arians' conference before we say goodbye?
Well, he did mention that you don't sleep much after a loss like this because you go over the plays in your head and you try to figure out what went wrong. So, especially a close game, you got to believe, what of this, what of that? Like a dozen different plays or situations where one thing had gone differently. Agonizing.
This is one where I do think Bruce Arians is of course, we know he's very level-headed, but this is one that's really it's gonna eat him up inside. Especially like we talked about with Jeff Fisher. They're at home. They had it won, and you could hear kind of the frustration in his voice when he said, "We're an 8-yard pass away."
Well, they put it on the back shelf until week 13, right? Isn't that when they meet again? Mm-hmm. And he's got bigger fish to fry right now. And that's just getting back to this schedule. And one week by week now. It's important you just take one game at a time. You know you're human. You know things can happen if you don't protect the football and do the small things that generally lead to wins. So they'll be back at it this week. Carson Palmer has to play better, and I think he will. He was 16-2. So now he's 16-3 in his last 19 games. The Cardinals were 3-0 under Arians in the black jersey, so now they're 3-1. So a few streaks ended yesterday.
The Cardinals are 5-5 in their last 10 road games, including the playoffs. So a little tougher to win on the road.
Did you guys see last week during the game on Sunday night? Detroit was playing Denver, and they showed the old shot of the Silverdome. Do you know that thing is still standing, except the roof is off?
It's deserted. No one's doing anything with it. It's covered
sad.
with a bunch of junk.
I mean, only in Detroit would you see that. I mean, wouldn't most cities knock it down all the rest of the way?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was kind of weird.
Okay, if we had to choose one thing the Cardinals need to make sure happens next week to beat the Detroit Lions, what would it be?
I'll agree on that easily. I think turnovers.
Yeah,
don't turn it over.
There's a couple things we could choose,
and I think just overall get their swagger back.
Yeah.
And I think they just got to go out and play their style of ball, make big plays. They didn't have any big plays yesterday. When I think of yesterday, there were no explosive plays on either side of the ball. That is their bread and butter. They're athletic. They play on emotion. They got to make some big plays happen next week, and I think that's what's going to tilt the scoreboard in their favor.
And they got hit in the mouth for the first time this week. They got hit in the mouth, and then they didn't like the taste so much. So we'll see how they respond.
Yeah. All right, guys. To recap, we have the Craig Fooey predicting 28-7 win next week. Shane Dale 34-31. Tom Zenner says it's going to be 34-13. It's probably not going to be right. Jason,
I won 2 weeks ago.
He did.
Did you forget?
I do like Tom's prediction a lot more than I like mine. I'll say that.
And I went 30-21. We shall see. Enjoy Monday Night Football tonight as the Detroit Lions take on the Seattle Seahawks. Thanks for joining us for our Week 5 edition of Cardinals Countdown, coming to you live from Four Peaks Brewing Company in Scottsdale. We're going to be here in Scottsdale the whole rest of the month. We'll see you back here next Monday right here at ABC15.com or the ABC15 app. Have a great week, guys.